Hey everybody, welcome back to day 2, Breakfast with Bob from the Challenge Championship. My name is Bob Babbitt. We are brought to you by Master Spas, HOKA, Fly Human Fly, deboer wetsuits, the Outrigger, Kona Resort and Spa, and of course, our Challenged Athletes Foundation. Our next guest, a young man from the UK that I haven't had a chance to meet before, Mr. Harry Palmer. Harry, welcome. Nice to meet you.
Thanks so much for having me. Nice to meet you.
A pleasure. And so you raced here in 2023.
That's correct.
And you were 12th.
Yeah, it was a really cool race and amazing venue. I thought it was really cool.
Oh my God, this hotel is
stunning,
unbelievable.
Isn't it? Yeah.
It's stunning. Yeah,
absolutely amazing, and like the whole buzz around the race week and everything.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So I really wanted to come back,
Yes.
and this is the next opportunity that I've had to race here.
So give me your background. Were you a swimmer, runner growing up?
I was a runner, a bit of everything, to be
Okay.
honest. So I had very, very supportive parents who I think, to be honest, when I was younger, I probably had way too much energy and they wanted to get me out the house.
I can relate.
Yeah. And so I did everything and they taxied me around to all different clubs and stuff like that. And then slowly kind of whittled it down to individually swim, bike and run. And then one day my dad saw in the local paper, like the local triathlon, and he was like, well, why don't you give this a go? And
You're doing all this stuff anyways. What the hell?
So he was like, why not? And still to this day, one of the most painful days of my life because I'd never done a brick run before. I didn't know what I was doing.
You get off the bike and your legs feel like crap.
Both quads cramped up. I fell over in front of everyone. I was like, wow, I'm never doing this again.
How old were you?
I must have been 16.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. And crossed the line. And then I was like, yeah, I want to do another one.
All right.
And that was what kind of,
that was
addiction from there, I guess. Yeah.
That was it. And that was the goal at that point to, I'm going to try to go to the Olympics, or was it?
It was more just fun.
Where's a local race? Where's somewhere to go?
Yeah, it was just fun. And I felt I wanted to do more of it because I felt good at it. But it was never, I want to be the best, or I want to go to the Olympics. I want to make a living
doing it.
Yeah, it was just, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I knew I enjoyed it and I knew it was good fun and my friends were doing it. And so I was like,
what the hell?
Yeah.
Well, and also look at the heritage there with the Brownlees.
Exactly.
And there's some great history.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so it was 2019, is that sort of when things got going for you?
Yeah, so it was actually when I graduated uni, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with myself. I didn't know, did I want to get a proper job? Or
no,
yeah, exactly.
Wants to do that, yeah.
I didn't really want to do that. And my coach at the time sort of suggested, like, why not try and pursue triathlon professionally instead? And so so we did that. And, it's been a slow burner and it's definitely, it's had its ups and downs, but it's been amazing and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, in 2019, you're having some top tens. Your goals change, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You get a 9th at Staffordshire and then a 7th at, was it Dunleary
in Ireland.
That's way too many letters for that.
That was an amazing race.
Dunleary, but you get a 7th there, so you get a couple there, and then you get a 2021 7th at 70.3 Lanzarote, and 2022 you're 3rd at Challenge Wales, right?
Yeah. That was it. That was the first kind of pro podium, and it made me realize actually maybe there is something here. Maybe I can try and be a better. Because at that point, before then, I was probably just like, it was a bit of fun. It was kind of like avoiding doing actual adult stuff.
Avoiding getting a real job.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I totally get it.
And then at that point, though, I was like, oh, well, maybe if I just tried a bit harder and I just made myself more of a professional athlete,
right,
then I could actually pursue making it an actual career rather than just a bit of a hobby, I guess.
Right. Well, and then 2023, you get 2nd at Challenge Wales. So now you're moved a step up.
Yeah.
You at Ironman 70.3. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Was it Noki?
Oh yeah, in Belgium.
The hell?
Yeah.
But you get on the podium again.
Yeah, and that's where
pretty
I qualified for 70.3 Worlds there, and that was again like I took the qualification not thinking much of it. I was like, it's in New Zealand. It's gonna be expensive to get there. I don't know if I'm in the best shape for it, but then ended up being the best race of my life. And it was amazing. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that. So Worlds, you get 8th. Now you're top 10 against the best in the world.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Now, were there some points leading into that? They're like, I don't know, New Zealand's a long way to go. It's expensive. But you go around once, man.
Exactly, yeah. So the start of the year, I was like, I don't know if I want to do it. Maybe I want to do some other races, some more achievable races, I guess.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll leave Worlds for later in my career or whatever. But in chatting to my coach, my friends, training partners, they were just like you said, like, why not? Like,
what do you got to lose?
Who cares? Like, yeah, what have you got to lose?
Nobody's expecting you to do anything.
Exactly. And that's actually why I think I race well, because like in not having anything to lose, you've got everything to gain.
Totally.
So you kind of flip that mindset.
Yeah.
And I went into it super relaxed, and I knew that I was capable of a good result, but it was like, these are the best athletes in the world. I'm not going to put pressure on myself.
Right.
And I just had a great day. Yeah.
That is
really
so
good.
cool.
Yeah.
And now that same year, last year, was Challenge Wales your first win?
Yeah, it was the first win. Yeah, so it's funny how I did it 3 consecutive years, and I went
3, 2, 1,
second, first, which was pretty cool.
That is so cool.
So I've completed it now. I don't want to do that race again.
No. Now what are you going to do? You're going to get fourth.
Yeah,
you don't want that.
Yeah, no, screw that. Yeah.
But that had to give you a lot of confidence when you finally, when you win a race. Not finally, you've only been in the sport for a couple of years.
Yeah.
But then you followed up with winning Swansea as well.
Yeah,
that's
which was great. Yeah, because I was like, not thinking, oh, maybe this is a fluke, maybe this is a one-off, but it was definitely like, I want to validate that I am actually at this level.
Right.
And then going to Swansea and getting the win there as well was definitely a bit of a confidence boost for me.
Yes.
I'm definitely someone who is like, a little bit of imposter syndrome here and there, so I struggle a little bit with like confidence, but actually like that definitely gave me a bit of self-belief, bit of confidence going forward.
Yes, yeah, and again, 8th at the Worlds, and then Swansea, 2 wins. What's the rest of your season? What do you plan to do?
So this year, I'm actually going to do hopefully 70.3 Europeans. I think that would be great. And actually, there's a new Ironman in England in Leeds.
In Leeds,
so,
I'm looking
forward to that one. I think that's going to be pretty tough.
It's a full or a 70.3?
It's a full, yeah.
It's a full?
So, yeah, I mean, I haven't had a successful full yet in my career. I've tried a few, and they haven't gone that well.
I was going to say, where have I seen full?
I did Florida a few years back.
You did Florida.
Yeah, which wasn't amazing.
No, it wasn't. But it wasn't that bad. Florida, you were 17th.
Yeah. It's just a different, I guess, just different
Well, you
ball
just
game.
didn't have your run.
Exactly.
Right? Your 50-minute swim, 409 bike, those are,
yeah,
that's great.
That felt
but
okay, yeah.
307.
Yeah, not the best. Yeah.
But you go 10 minutes faster, and you're right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I know it's something I'm capable of. I just need to put it together on the day.
Well, it's always the first time you do something, you don't.
Exactly.
It's that whole nutrition thing.
Yeah.
Figuring that out is a problem.
That's been a big thing for me, is actually the nutrition and kind of feeling right with my stomach as well, stuff like that. So it's been a bit of a kind of evolution trying to figure that out, but it's slowly getting there.
So you're thinking about Leeds this year?
I'm thinking about Leeds this year, and then maybe some more 70.3s later in the year, and then another full later in the year as well, which would be nice.
So what'd you gain from doing this race a couple of years ago? You got 12th here in 2023.
Yeah, so I mean, it was just like showing or racing against the best athletes and seeing what I needed to do to become one of the best athletes.
Right.
And like I said, like making my environment more professional was a really big thing for me. So new coach, new training environment. Like I train at Bath University. We've got a little squad there that we've created with like Leon Chevalier.
Oh yeah.
Rob Cheetham is my coach, Susie Cheetham as well. We've got Freddie Webb. We've got loads of other people in that area that. It's a really like wholesome environment that we push each other on, and we really help each other, and I think that has allowed me to then kind of close the gap a little bit to those top guys.
Yeah. I mean, steel sharpens steel.
Exactly.
You guys push each other 100%. On a daily basis.
Yeah.
On race day, you're going to race those guys anyways.
Exactly.
Big deal.
Yeah.
But you made each other better.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you kind of you witness that on race day, the different level that people are at, it makes you kind of motivated and excited because you think, well, okay, I need to change something. So let's surround myself with the best people and see what we can do.
Now, what do your parents think of all this?
Yeah, they actually love it. So my mum's actually outside now. She's waiting for me, and she loves coming to the races. Absolutely loves it. And Dad.
I mean, it's a pretty
it's a weird,
wholesome environment. These are great people.
Yeah.
And there's something cool. Like a lot of the times when people are doing the ITU style racing, there's really no age groupers. It's just the pros and you're hanging out with each other. But you get to see the age groupers and they're balancing family and work and all this stuff to come out here and do this.
Yeah, massive hats off to everyone who manages that, because it's, I mean, that's pretty crazy.
It is pretty crazy.
Yeah, and I think fair play to anyone who balances like full-time work, family commitments, stuff like that, and the training as well. It's just, amazing. But I think, what's really nice is my parents come into these races and kind of, I don't know, witnessing kind of the effort that they've put in, because without them, I wouldn't be in this position. Like I've got a lot of gratitude towards them supporting me when I was younger and continuing to support me. And so it's nice to bring them along here, and hopefully they can enjoy kind of, I guess, what they've put into it.
Exactly.
Which is really nice. Yeah.
And having a team like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
I love that. You know, and I like the fact that you're sort of tiptoeing into the whole Ironman thing. You don't need to dive headfirst into that.
Yeah, I'm not throwing myself 100% at it.
I'll try it. I'll nibble on it and see what happens.
Yeah.
And if I have a good one, if you keep it to 1 or 2 a year and not get too crazy.
Yeah, because I know that the 70.3, I mean, right now is definitely the distance that I'm
the middle distance is your distance.
Yeah, and you can do more of them in a year. So if you have not such a good result, you can kind of bounce back a bit quicker. Whereas with the full distance, I know that there's only a few you can do a year, isn't there?
Well, and then you're committing to that. And if you don't have a good one, then you've spent like 3-4 months of not doing other races.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a commitment. It's a major commitment.
Yeah,
it's
massively.
Tough.
And I think it's something that I'd like to push towards, but still, like you said, like kind of tiptoe in and out.
There's
and make
no
sure
rush. How old are you?
28.
Yeah, you're young. You don't have to.
Oh, I don't know. It doesn't feel like it.
Nah, 28 is still young. That's very cool. Well, Harry, a pleasure to get to spend some time with you.
Absolute pleasure.
You're bringing some fun energy to the sport.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Harry Palmer has been our guest, everybody. Again, Breakfast with Bob. We're at the Challenge Championship. Hold on. We will be right back.